Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Ganana Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvanno Debisi Dasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajabhir Vajinivati Dhinam Vitriyavatu Vagdevyai Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः जननीं शारदां देवी रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तानित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। कस्मिन् भगवो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति. This is the question from a Upanishad student. What is that thing by knowing which I can know everything? The very question is a very matured question with a supposition that there is something which is the base of all knowledge. There is something which is the substratum of everything whatever exists in this creation. What is that thing? The Upanishad says, Yadadadreshyam agrahyam agotram avarnam achakshushrotram tad apanipadam. Yes, there is an entity called Aksharam. Tad avyayam yad bhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. Dhiraha paripashyanti. Aksharam, naksharati iti aksharaha. That which ever exists. That which doesn't have any expiry date. That doesn't have death. That doesn't have any vyaya, avyayam. That is called Aksharam. Adreshyam, not available for your perception of your sense organs or mind. But paripashyanti dhiraha. Dhiraha, intelligent people, paritaha pashyanti. They never miss him. Beginning of the mantra, it says it is not possible to perceive. End of the mantra, it says that you cannot miss that entity. Adreshyam, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, like that it adds. Indirectly, it wants to say that Ishvaraha, who happened to be the nimitta upadana karanam of this entire creation, who happened to be the bhokta bhogya prapancha, is that entity by knowing which you can know everything and you can have knowledge about everything in the creation. So Ishvaraha is everything, therefore everything is divine. This is the assertion in every Upanishad we find. You cannot deny divinity to anything in this creation. So Pancha Bhutas are divine. Then Pancha Bhautika Sharirani is divine. And life which exists in the Pancha Bhautika Shariram is divine. Therefore, all lives are sacred. You cannot hurt that. Then even Kala Tattvam is divine. That which destroys everything is divine. Appreciation of this revelation, even if it is a vague appreciation, gives humanity lots of psychological comforts. We are not able to accept things happening in our life because of one reason, that we are not able to see the ever-existing presence of the Lord, the ever-existing presence of the Ishvara, and we always judge everything in the creation from the standpoint of our physical existence. So Upanishad want to remove this ignorance. Don't judge anything, everything from the physical existence. If there is God, why I am poor is the question. Some other religion says, yes, your God is not there. If you come to my God, I will make you rich. So they give money and say that, see, your God did not take care of you, now our God is taking care of you. In hospitals you go, the patient is waiting for operation, there is a person who comes for conversion. If you go to jail, there is a person who is waiting for judgment for his actions. The person comes there for conversion. Anywhere you go, the question comes, if there is God, why I am put into this trouble? What is the connection between your trouble and God? Why you should not get trouble, please tell. Why you should not suffer? No, I am a good man. That is according to you. Just because you say that I am a good man, how can it be true? Okay, what is the problem you are having? No, poverty. Poverty is problem. Who told? Poverty is blessing. No, I am blind. Blindness is problem. Who told? Blindness is blessing. You can avoid seeing all the unwanted nonsense. So Shastra says a vague appreciation, an osmotic appreciation will give us lot of confidence and comfort psychologically. So here the Kala Tattvam is described as an omnipresent entity. Anything happens in our life is due to Kala Tattvam. Anything happens in the creation is due to Kala Tattvam. Last class we ended with this Kala Tattvam. If you are not aware of this Kala Tattvam as the presence of the Ishvara, then Arjuna type of people also, a person who is very successful in life, achieving everything, enjoying all pleasures, still there will be a fear and anxiety. So he asks, Arey Bhagavan, I saw so far your Saumya darshan. Suddenly you have taken Rudra darshanam. So who you are? Yes. Akyahi me ko bhavan ugra roopo. Then Bhagavan says, Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravruddhaha. I am the Kalaha, loka kshayakrit pravruddha. While seeing this darshanam, Arjuna says, every fellow is afraid of you and they wanted to get away from your mouth. So people are afraid of you. Amihitvam surasanga vishanti. Surasangaha vishanti. Kechid bhita pranjalayo grinanti. Even the devatas are afraid of entering your mouth. But in that situation, I am seeing, oh Lord, one group of people giving blessing to you, no fear at all. Very funny. Whole creation is afraid of you, except one group of people. Who are they? Swasti tyuktva maharshi siddha sangha. Maharshayaha siddhaha. That group of people who have this knowledge. What knowledge? Kala tattvam also is you only. Sarva bhakshakaha kalaha also you only. What they do? Swasti tyuktva. They give you blessing. Don't be in hurry. We are not going to escape from your mouth. We know that jata se hi dhruva mrutyuho. So all our bodies are subject to arrival and departure. We have this knowledge by your grace, O Lord. Therefore, we are not going to escape from any of the pains. All pains belong to body. So therefore, we are not afraid of it. So we are entering voluntarily. Swasti tyuktva maharshi siddha sangha stuvanti tvam stutibihi pushkalabihi. Pushkalabihi stutibihi stuvanti. With all nice shlokas. They are chanting your glory. Aha ha ha. What a kala tattvam you are. Wonderful you are. How is it possible? Vedanta says, if you have this vision that idagam sarvam ishvaraha, then entire life will be a happy affair. So everything in this creation is nothing but divine. That is why for a Hindu who has even a vague appreciation, for him all human beings are divine. All living beings are divine. He considers his own body and everybody's body as a temple of the Lord. Bhagavan Kapilacharya in Bhagavatam teaches his mother Devahuti. Athamam sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmanam kritalayam arghaye danamanabhyam maitriya abhinnena chakshusha. Abhinnena chakshusha. Maitriya arghaye. Mother, going to temple and trying to visualize me in that one particular lifeless wooden statue or a stone statue, these are all elementary level of devotion. Don't stop there. You can start from there, but don't stop there. I am available at all time in all living beings. Sarveshu bhuteshu kritatmanam. I am manifested in all living beings. Arghaye, worship me. What a beautiful vision. Once this idea comes in our mind, even a little bit, we will not hurt anyone. We will not be selfish. Because of selfishness only, all problems for us. So, arghaye, danamana abhyam arghaye. By fulfilling his own needs. He may be appearing in front of you as a needy one, an ignorant one, a poor person, an illiterate person, a sick person. So seeing me in his body. That's why in Upanishad, Matrudevo bhava, Pitrudevo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, Achiti devo bhava. Unknown person become the Deva. Mata is Devaha, okay. Other religions, Mata is not Deva. Only in Sanatana Dharma, Mata is Deva. Because Semitic religions don't consider a female body as a body with soul. Semitic religion don't accept female as a entity, separate entity with having a soul. It is a possession. But in Sanatana Dharma, Mata is Deva. Pita is Deva. If you have to know what is the meaning of this, you have to study entire Ramayana. Mata is Devaha, Devi. Pita is Devaha. Dasharatha is Devaha. Kaikeyi is Devi. That is the perception of Bhagavan Ramchandra Prabhu. Acharyo Devaha. The teacher who teaches this vision is none other than the Lord himself. Bhagavan alone can come and say what he is, what you are. Not only that, these three people, Mata, Pita, Acharya, give something to you in the form of knowledge, culture, love and affection. What about this Atiti, unknown man? One who comes without information is called Atiti. So unknown person to you, not related to you. Devaha bhavatu. Because in him also, in his body also, the divine presence is there. In fact, the divine presence only comes to you, in front of you, and gives you an opportunity to serve him. Taking this idea only, Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna asked his disciple, Swami Vivekananda Maharaj, Arey Naren, people go to temple and worship the Lord in a lifeless wooden statue or a stone statue. Why can't they worship the same Lord in front of you in the form of human beings and living beings? Swamiji says, what a grand idea of the Upanishad to practice in our daily life. So there is nothing called secular in our life at all if we have this vision. Entire lifetime is spiritual. Anything we do is nothing but spiritual practice. In modern days, this aspect is missing in our society. That is why he behaves one way in temple, he behaves in another way with his co-workers or the society. Shivajnane Jiva Seva is missing. But for a true Hindu, this aspect is a wonderful aspect that all living beings are object of our respect and they deserve our service. Then all human pursuits are divine. Whatever I pursue in my life, that also is divine. There is nothing called secular pursuits. Human being pursue in his life either knowledge or power or wealth. Knowledge is represented by the form Mother Saraswati, Jnana Shaktihi. Then power. Power to desire, power to act, power to enjoy. These are all Kriya Shaktihi, Divine Mother Parvati. Then third one is means to have all these things. Dhanam, Dhanyam, Pashum, Bahuputra Labham. Mother Lakshmi. So all the human pursuits, only these three you can have in your life. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Only three things. The so-called secular. There is nothing called secular in our life. Because all these pursuits also are nothing but divine pursuits, provided if you have this knowledge. So Vidya, if you pursue, you are worshipping the Mother Saraswati. Two types of Vidya. One is Vidya about the objects. Apara Vidya they call it. Whatever knowledge available in this creation of something which is not you. Apara Vidya. Knowledge about all objects. Logi they call it. biology, psychology, pathology, all logis. Aparavidya, manifestation of the same mother Saraswati. Then Paravidya, the knowledge about the Pramata, the subject, one who wants to gain all these things. Paravidya. So this also is a spiritual pursuit. That's why even if a person accidentally step on any book, even if it is a book called Indian History, which has lot of lies, full of lies, written by anti-national movements, anti-national groups, our children are studying that as though it is a fact. It is full of lie. Even if it is stepped upon, then the child or a person says what? Sorry, mummy, sorry. The same Indian history book is kept on Ayudha Puja day for puja, with full of lies. Why? That also is the manifestation of divinity. Anybody who steps on the coin, immediately he asks for pardon. Understood? Anybody who wants to drive any vehicle, first thing what he does? Namaskar. This namaskar doing habit has come to all, even if it doesn't belong to Hindu community. You can see that only in India. Why? Because he is aware, may not be clear, but he is aware vaguely that this is playing an important role in my safety. So, Vidya is divine. Icha Shakti is divine. Then Sampat, wealth is divine. Ashtalakshmi, Dhanalakshmi, Dhanyalakshmi, Vijayalakshmi, Viryalakshmi, Varalakshmi, Santanalakshmi, Aishwaryalakshmi, Vairagyalakshmi. Ashtalakshmi, 8 type of wealth. So by having Dhanalakshmi, you are free from poverty. You become a rich man. By having Dhanya Lakshmi, healthy food, you become a healthy person. By having Vijay Lakshmi, you become victorious. By having Virya Lakshmi, you become powerful. By having Varalakshmi, you become Narayana. By marrying, Varalakshmi means a bride. By marrying a bride, the bridegroom becomes Narayana. In our Sanatana Dharma, Hindu marriages, marriage happens between Lakshmi and Narayana only. The original marriage happens between Lakshmi and Narayana. Then only local Narayana ties Mangala Sutra to the Vadhu. So Varalakshmi. Then Santana Lakshmi. By having Santana Lakshmi, you become a father or mother. Then Aishwarya Lakshmi. You have masterliness. Your words are accepted, at least in your family. That also some people are deprived of. So you become a leader, master. By having Vairagya Lakshmi, you become a Jignasu. You develop Vairagya. Allow the Kala Tattvam to work in your life. We allow Kala Tattvam to work in everybody's life, except in our life. That is the problem. Our Acharya Swamiji used to say that Tirupati queue example. As long as I stand in the queue, I want the Kala Tattvam to be speedy. Because then only people will move fast. So when I complain that the queue is not moving fast, the officer in the temple asks the queue to move fast. So I feel happy. But when my turn comes for darshan, I want Kala Tattvam to be slow. Kya avastha? This is problem for us. I want Kalatattvam to work in everybody's life, or I don't have any problem when Kalatattvam works in anybody's life. But when it works in my life, and that too in a manner because of which I may get some physical suffering or emotional suffering, then I protest. So this will not be there if you have that understanding. So not only all living beings, all pursuits also divine. Then the so-called suffering also is divine according to Vedanta. The suffering which human being gets without invitation, without planning, without working for, without spending money, is nothing but blessing of the Lord. According to Mother Kunti Devi, it is love letter. It is a call, divine call. My dear, enough of playing, come back to me. Don't hold on anything. All are subject to arrival and departure. All relationships, all acquisitions, all pursuits, all are ties which are subject to arrival and departure. To end one day. So come back. Your time has come. Your destination has come. Please get out of the train. When announcement comes, the metro rails, if you go, metro rail, if you travel, they will learn next station. So get ready. If you are not willing to get out of the train, then what will happen? Police will come and remove you. That will be painful. So, the so-called dukkham is also divine. That is why in our scripture it is called Vishada Yogaha. Vishadaha means dukkham. Vishada Yogaha. That should come in everybody's life. Then only the person will turn back towards the self-knowledge. Bhagavan has kept that also. See, sleep should come, na. Body should get tired, na. Otherwise, 24/7 people will be go on engaging. Imagine if there is no sleep factor in human life, all fellows will be always active because they are not getting tired, na. Somehow or the other, at least these 5 hours they manage to dose off because they are not under their control. Otherwise, people will go on, continue the pursuit of sense pleasures and wealth and whatever they want. So one day should come in our life to ask, Koham kuta ayataha kame janani kome tataha. What I am doing here? That question should be asked. So to ask this question, dukkham, vishadaha plays a beautiful role. So therefore, dukkham also is the form of a divinity. That's why Mother Kunti Devi asked this boon from Bhagavan Krishna. Vipadas santunas shashvate tatra tatra jagat guru. Hey Jagat Guru, let me get Vishadam now and then. All the while, I am happy in spite of all sufferings. So Krishna was wondering, what type of auntie? Auntie, all the time you are happy in spite of all sufferings. So much sufferings you had so far. At the end of the Mahabharata war, mother asked this boon. Yes, Bhagavan. From my childhood onwards, I encountered lot of sufferings. Beginning from the birth of my son Karna, accident birth. He was born out of my curiosity and I had to lose him. Varieties of sufferings I encountered, but still I was happy. Because I can come to you. Now my children are emperors. Nobody is there to hurt me or harm me. So I may forget you. Why? In good times also you can remember me when Bhagavan says, it is impossible. Janmaishwarya Shruta Siribihi Yedhamana Madav Puman. Madam will come. The nature of all these nice things, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Sri, will create Ahankara. Who I am, you know what you are, who you are. You are a small speck in this entire creation. In the scheme of things, you are a small dust. The very earth is a dust. I told you, na? Scientists claim that they know only 6%. In that 6%, galaxies, black holes, so many things are there. Balance 94%, they don't know anything. Unknowable, they call it. In that, Earth is a small planet. And you are sitting in a small town, and that too small house. No, my house is 100 rooms are there. Are 100 rooms also what? Small only. But mind will not recognize that fact. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Sri, scholarship, wealth, these are all important causes for arrogant mind. They create arrogance in the mind of the human being. They obstruct the vision. So therefore, please give me daily a suffering which I may not be able to solve by myself, for which I can approach you either for knowledge, not for removing, either for knowledge by gaining which I will accept that suffering, or for the capacity to withstand that suffering. What a wonderful prayer. This prayer is possible only when the mind is understood that in everything there is a presence of the Lord. So, for a Hindu, he is never away from the Lord. Kalataha, Deshataha, he is not away from the Lord. When he opens his eyes, the entire creation, Vishwam, Vishnuhu. When he closes his eyes and meditates the Lord, all forms are divine. Nothing is despicable. Nothing deserves my disrespect. Everything deserves my respect. Everything deserves my service. Shivajnane, Jiva Seva. Not help. Not Jiva Dana. Not Jiva Daya. In Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's life, we come across a situation wherein all the disciples are sitting in the room and Bhagavan was hearing life history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There a passage comes as the advice of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, should have these three things as sadhana in his life. Nama Ucharana, Nama Sankirtana, Sadhu Sangha, then Jiva Daya. Compassion towards the living beings and association of noble and spiritual people and holding to the divine name of the Lord. These are all the sadhanas like that it mentions. As even Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna heard this, Nama Sankirtan he has accepted, Sadhu Sangha he has accepted as sadhana, but Jiva Daya, Jiva Daya, who is this fellow to have compassion towards another fellow being? Jiva Daya nahi, Jiva Seva. So Swamiji was there in that audience and he decides what a wonderful philosophy he has given today. As usual, other people who are little mandabuddhi would not understand what wonderful philosophy. What philosophy? He taught nothing today. He just heard only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life and gave some comments on that, that's all. Then Swamiji says, he has made all the human actions as a divine action. By this one word, Shivajnane, Jiva Seva. Anything you do, it is service to that Lord who is in the form of that particular individual. You clean your room, if you have that idea that I am cleaning the room in which Bhagavan is present. Suppose, any room, Bhagavan is present or not? Sarvagataha, ever present. Nityaha, ever existing entity. So when you clean your home, if you have this idea in your mind, will it become a boring one? For everyone nowadays, they are not ready to do their duty. They are always aspiring for somebody's work. Housewife goes to office work. Housework is done by another person. Mother takes care of other children as teacher. Her own child is taken care of by another teacher. In those days, it's not like that. Because we have created in our mind a division. These are all nice works. These are all lower works. That is not in our culture. Even a Dhobi can have this vision of Lord and become a saint. If you read the Tamil scriptures wherein these 63 Nayanmars are described, a Dhobi is a Nayanmar. A hunter is a Nayanmar. Kannappa Nayanar. Hunter. So saintlyhood is gained not because of profession or anything. Grandness in life has come not because of profession, but the intention behind that duty which you do. So if you take the food without offering to the Lord, without remembering the Lord, it becomes a food. But when remembrance of the Lord with thanks, then it becomes prasad. This prasad concept is nowhere in any culture. So entire life is nothing but prasad, because everything is the blessings and manifestation of the same divine. Adreshyam but drishyam. Adreshyam, you cannot see it through your perception. Paripashyanti, you can see it with your knowledge. That knowledge is explained in our Puranic language, a third eye. Because eye is a means to gain knowledge. So third eye, knowledge eye. And they will put this way. But everyone can have that. Third eye is something which is called Shastra Chakshu. Shastra Chakshu. You gain that vision because of Shastra Praman. Like your physical eye gives you knowledge about the rupas, knowledge about the colors and forms. Similarly, Shastra gives you this knowledge that everything is divine. You cannot be away from the divinity. Therefore, no need for panicking in your life. No need for fear and anxiety in life. So can I do anything and everything? If you ask, Shastra says, you can do anything and everything, but have the knowledge that you will be the responsible person for bearing the fruits of that action. Because karma niyati also is manifestation. Karma phala niyati also is manifestation of it. So, for a Hindu, this vision is in a vague form, even if he doesn't know about the scriptural vision. That is why he can invoke the Lord in any form. Acharya Swamiji used to say, you can invoke the Lord even from the turmeric powder which is available in your kitchen in masala dabba. There is a turmeric powder which was used for making sambar yesterday. Today is Vinaya Chaturthi. Clay forms are very costly. So what you do? You are not deprived of the form. What you do? You take little powder, little turmeric powder and mix it with the water and place it on the altar, and you say, Asmin Haridra Bimbe Mahaganapatim Avahayami. Whom you are invoking? Mahaganapati. bulky Ganapati, where in a small Haridra. Sannidhim kuru. Iha agaccha, iha sannidhim kuru, iha sannidhim kuru. Mantra. So he gives an order to the Lord, come and manifest here. Bhagavan cannot say, hey, such a big body I am, small turmeric powder form. He cannot say that. Bhagavan will give blessings being present in that also. So any form can serve as an altar for a Hindu. Because the fact is, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina. Maya idagam sarvam tatam. Otaprotaha aham. I am the substance. I am the basic material. I am the material cause. Therefore, anything and everything can be the altar for my presence. Mattaf parataram nanyate kinjidatti dhananjaya. So, for a Hindu, invoking Ishvara's presence doesn't require a temple, doesn't require a place, doesn't require a particular form of object. Any form is okay. So he invokes the Lord at any moment, in any place, in any avastha, and feels secure. It is like a child which is afraid of a situation. Immediately, whom he remembers? Mummy! If mummy comes, the child is without fear. But mummy will not come there. Because mummy also individual. So immediately fear comes. So Jagataha Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaram. Understand? Any form can serve as an altar to invoke the formless Ishvara. Ishvara being Sarvagataha, he cannot say that I will not manifest in this form. He is omnipresent. So with formless, you cannot transact. You need a form. No transaction can possible with formless. So you need a form. And anything can be an altar for that. There is a sunlight. You need sun shape, suppose, if you want. What you do? You bring a mirror. That's over. Sweet is formless. But you can transact with that sweet in any form. Rasagulla, laddu, Mysore paku, chocolate, sugar cane juice. All are sweet only. Any form can be the altar for the formless thing when you want to transact. So, humanity requires forms to transact with the formless Ishvara. This knowledge is there with the Hindu mind. So, therefore, he can invoke the Lord in any form. Therefore, all forms are respectable and worshipful. After the end of the transaction, he says goodbye. I told you now. With procession, he takes that form and destroys it. Before that, he will tell, Yata sthanam gacchatu ayatu varada devi. You please come, he invites. Then, gaccha devi yata sukham. Poitu vango. Vango for 10 minutes before he called. Then after end of the puja, poitu vango. Bhagavan has to obey this order. Suppose if Ganesha protests, nicely 3 days you have given all Abhisheka, Alankara, Dhupa, Deepa, Archana, everything you did. Now you are asking me to poitu vango? Asking me to go? Yes, Bhagavan. We can maintain you only for 3 days. Whole year we cannot make. If you want us to maintain whole year, go to a temple. Okay, not in my house. Suppose the Bhakta may ask Ganesha, did you forget that rule? What rule? Jatasya hi dhruva mrityuho. That which has taken form have an end. So neither Ganesha is bothered about the destruction of the form, nor the devotee of the Ganesha is bothered about the destruction. Because of this knowledge, anytime I can invoke him So, altar is finite, but invoked entity is infinite. Suppose small altar, will that infinite become very small? No. Infinite is infinite always. It is whole and complete always. So how can you invoke infinity, a small finite thing? We do it. When we live in a house, in a room, what we say? I have enough space. What space? How can you have space? Space cannot be your belonging. It cannot be your possession. And your flat is at the 10th floor. You say, this is my flat. At the 10th floor of the apartment, where you have? Then he says, no, I know that space I cannot have, but I can invoke space for my convenience. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, to invoke Ganga Devi, should you go and touch Ganga Devi from Himalayas up to Ganga Sagar? Suppose you want to have a Ganga Snana. You want to transact with the Mother Ganga. What you will do? In a small corner of the river, you will dip yourself, and what you will tell? I have worshipped Mother Ganga. So to invoke, you don't need infinite. You need only finite. My Acharya Swami used to say, a child comes, wanted to transact with the father. Father is engaged with all guests. He is talking with other guests. What the child will do? The child comes. Slightly the child touches the little finger of the father. Immediately, the father's attention comes to the child. Is this attention total attention or partial attention? Total. Is this invoking fatherhood is total or partial? Total. So the child doesn't touch the father from the head to toe to invoke the whole attention of the father. Only a small portion is touched. Small portion of the body of the father is touched. So entire attention goes to child. And that also is not required. A mere cry is enough. Simple cry, keeping yourself distance from your parent physically. Child cries, that's all over. Father or mother, simply they will run and give the attention. That is how all our transactions with the divinity. Understand? You don't need worship with a form. A cry is enough. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has demonstrated in his life. Vyakulata. Oh Bhagavan, I don't know what you are, who you are, whether you are Mrinmayi or Chinmayi. That was the question. Mother Kali's form was worshipped in the temple wherein he was a pujari. So he asked Mother, everybody says that you are Chinmayi. For my perception, it is Mrinmayi you are. It is a statue. You are Mrinmayi, it appears. So please reveal. 4 years he cried. And he gives a stamp. Yes. The so-called Mrinmayi also nothing but Chinmayi. To check that, he used to take that cotton and put it on the nose of the mother. What a bhava. So, altars are finite, but they can serve to invoke the infinity entity. So, all altars are divine worship. Bhagavan cannot say, I will not manifest in this particular altar, in this particular form. Bhagavan cannot say, I am Hindu God, so therefore I cannot manifest in cross. Why? Cross is a form which is meant for punishing the criminals. You are asking me to manifest in that? Bhagavan cannot ask this. He knows that also is a form. But that religion doesn't accept. Understand? This is the difference between Hindu mind and other religious minds. We know that cross also is divine. But that religious people, that religious mind doesn't accept that. So they give a brand satanic form. All these are all satanic forms. Even the food which is offered in temple is satanic food. That's why a person who claims himself as true Christian or true Muslim will not take part that prasad. It's all eaten by Satan. Haram, it is called haram. Even a simple food, laddu, if you give as prasad, they will not take. Why this hatred towards one particular forms or many forms? Because of ignorance about this. But Hindu mind naturally accepts. Hindu mind naturally accepts all types of altars and forms. Naturally accepts all types of worships. Even if we tribal worship, Hindu mind says, he is worshipping my Lord in a tribal way. But for others, your God is tribal God, they call. They give the branding, These are all tribal gods. Kali is tribal God. Ayyanar is tribal God. We don't have this problem. So, even the worship involves Pashuvadha. Killing, that also is worship. According to his understanding, he is transacting with the Lord. He thinks that Bhagavan eats non-vegetarian food. What is the problem? Because I eat non-vegetarian. So Bhagavan also will eat a non-vegetarian. So I want to give, offer. Kannappa Nayana, he takes pig meat to offer to Bhagavan Shiva. Another type of pujari was there. His understanding is what? Bhagavan is vegetarian. When he saw that meat at the altar of the Shiva, he gets angry. So Bhagavan himself wants to show the grandness of this devotee who happened to be a non-vegetarian devotee who considers Bhagavan also as non-vegetarian. So you know that story, Kannappa Nayanar. So Bhagavan cannot say, I will not manifest in this form of worship. All worship is okay. All prayers are okay. Bhagavan doesn't have linguistic problem. So there are some religions, you cannot have prayer in any other language. In Islamic religion, only Arabic language you have to pray. No other way. Bhagavan cannot have linguistic problem. He cannot be ignorant in languages. He can pray. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, even if the child doesn't utter the father's name properly, pa, like that, father understands the child is calling me only. So any prayer is okay. Any language is okay. Any form is okay. Any type is okay. For whom? For a Hindu who understands the presence of the infinite in a finite form. Yo yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitam ichchati tasya achalam shrattam tameva vidadamyaham. Any form is okay. Buffalo form also is okay. In Guruvayur it happened. A cowherd boy wanted to know Krishna's form, which is worshipped inside the Guruvayur temple. He was not allowed by the society to enter. So he was having curiosity, how Krishna will be. So he went and asked one priest who was doing prayer. Sandhya Vandana, he was doing that prayer. That priest was doing Sandhya Vandana. That time, Gayatri Japa he was doing. So this cowherd boy went and disturbed and asked question, how Krishna will be, how Krishna will be. The priest got angry. So he showed, like your buffalo. Then for this cowherd boy, it is very easy now. Up to this moment, this is buffalo. From this moment, this is Krishna. So buffalo has become Krishna. Guruvayurappa for him. So he took care of that buffalo very nicely with all love and affection. Bhagavan wanted to recognize that worship also as the grandest one. So when the annual procession day came, Ratha Yatra they call it. So they take the Bhagavan's Murti outside the temple in Ratha. That time that palanquin they are carrying Bhagavan Krishna's Murti, small child's Murti it is. Worshipped by Rukmini Devi. That Murti still is there, Pratyaksha Devata. So that Murti when is kept in the palanquin, for others' eyes, it is small one, carried by some 4 or 5 people in a palanquin. But when it came near the door, it is not passing the door, entrance. All were wondering, and they were hearing tuck, as though it is banging. What is banging? Lot of space is there. The palanquin can come out, but still it is not coming. Then there was a saint, Narayana Bhattatri. So he was called. What is happening here? What Leela is happening here? Please. Then he saw Guru Ayurappa, Kunchu Guru Ayurappa, small Guru Ayurappa as a buffalo. And that buffalo's horns are banging the door. Are, when you become like this? Then Bhagavan says, to respect that devotee's love. That priest who told Bhagavan is like your buffalo is this Narayana Bhattatri only. Then he understood Bhagavan to escape from his torture, from that boy's torture, repeated questions, how Krishna, how Krishna. So simply, casually I told, with the knowledge that you can manifest in that form also. Because he was a jnani. So he knows that in buffalo also Bhagavan Krishna is there. So with that knowledge, casually I told, you are respecting my word. No, I am not respecting your word. I am respecting the Shastra word. I can manifest in any form. So, yo yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitam icchati tasya achalam shraddham tam eva vidatam. Sataya shraddhaya yuktaha tasya aradhanam ihate labhate cha tatah kaman mayaiva vihitan. In whichever office he gives application and in whichever form he wants my presence, dhanam dhanyam pashum bahuputra labham, I bless him. See, any government office you go, you are approaching the constitution, correct? You are approaching the constitution through any government office, correct? From that government office, whatever you get benefit from constitution. What is the form of that constitution? You get protection, you get ration, you get knowledge. Understand? You get from where? From the same constitution. That's what Bhagavan says. Sataya shraddhaya yuktaha tasya aradhanam ihate labhate cha tatah kama. You meditate on me as Jesus Christ, I will stand in front of you as Jesus. Meditate on me as Krishna, I will stand in front. It all depends upon your wish. So you have that freedom to invoke me in any form. You have the freedom to worship me in any way. You have the freedom to pray to me in any language. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajami. You can consider me as an enemy also, no problem. I will stand in front of you as enemy. Like Shishupala. Kamsa. Generally, we consider Bhagavan as the protector. There are some people who transacted with the Lord, consider him as enemy. He stood in front of them as enemy. And Narada Bhagavan says, this attitude is very powerful attitude. Because you cannot forget. In loving transaction, you can forget. Because one more object of love or relationship of love comes, means you will forget this lovable entity. But in Gruna, in enmity, Nitya Vairi he is. Kamsa could not sleep, could not eat anything without remembrance of the Lord. In Bhagavatam it comes. So, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamiham. Ishvara cannot be vimukhaha from your worship just because your form is not in a proper way. You go to Jagannath, Puri Jagannath. What a beautiful Krishna is worshipped with a very ugly face it is. Big eyes, tribal form it is. For the so-called modern world, that is a tribal form. But Bhagavan is Jagannathaha, Jagataha Nathaha, worshipped in that form. Beautiful form. Krishna form is described in the scriptures, very beautiful. Adharam, Madhuram, Nayanam, Madhuram, Gamanam, Madhuram, like that. Madhuram, all beautiful. What is the meaning of beauty? What is the meaning of beauty? For a tribal man, his form is the beautiful form. So I will manifest in that form. Have you seen that Jagannath form? Not only Jagannath has big eyes. Balarama also has and Subhadra Devi also. So, there is nothing called tribal god, tribal worship, tribal form in Hinduism. What a great relief. What a great freedom you have in Hinduism, which is not available in any other Semitic religions. Understand? That's why the people are suffering. Dogmatic, one particular form, one particular language, one particular lifestyle. People are suffering. But they cannot get out of it. That's why getting birth as a Hindu, having this vision even in a vague way, will give us a lot of psychological comfort. So Hindu accepts all types of forms and worships and prayers. All are not same. He knows that there is difference in each form. All are not same. But he accepts them as all are useful means. He knows that all are not same. He knows the difference. And he keeps his own preferences also. You keep yours, I keep mine. Like a child going to a chocolate stall wherein sees varieties of forms. Crocodile form, bird form, tortoise form, snake form, all are chocolate only. So the child knows that all are not same, but prefers one form. Another child prefers another form. Imagine if these two children are fighting, my form is right, my form is right, then that is a sign of ignorance, childishness. Then sweetwala has to come. Whatever is available here is my own sweet only. You can enjoy it in any form like that. That sweetwala only is Shastra. Bhagavan only is sweetwala. Sweet shop wala is Bhagavan only. The entire world is sweet. Everything is sweet. But at present, what is the condition of human mind? Everything is danger. Isolation. I am the sweet one. Everything is not sweet. This is the problem. So Hindu accepts all types of worship, all types of transactions, all types of prayers, all types of forms as valid to transact with the infinite entity. So there is no Hindu god, Islam god, Christian god, tribal god, satanic god, other god. Where is other god? In Bible you come across, I am the only true God. Only true God means balance are all duplicate God. What? The very idea that I am the only true God means what? You have many varieties or what? These are all problems. But for this problem is not there for Hindu mind. He doesn't divide the humanity as believer and non-believer. He doesn't condemn the humanity as non-believer, heathens, pagans, infidels, kafirs. These many names are there for Hindus, That is why every Hindu is an object of killing. Yesterday you see, in Bangladesh, anything happens, the victim will be the minority Hindu community in other nations. Anything. Why? Because inborn hatred is there in the minds of the ignorant people because of these religious theologies. But for Hindu mind, it is not there. He accepts everything. He may fight for other rights, but not for this one. So that's why Hindu doesn't involve in conversion. He doesn't condemn the people as sinners. Understood? So he doesn't try to destroy other cultures. How many cultures are destroyed by the Semitic religions? Swami Vivekananda in 1893, he says, fanatic, violent, dogmatic ideas creates problem in human society. So Hindu lives in society with harmony and peace, allowing everyone their own space and freedom. Serves all human beings as manifestation of the Lord. That is why he literally lives eternally. For more than 1,000 years, there was an attempt to destroy this Hindu ideology, Hindu philosophy, Hindu theology, Hindu forms, Hindu temples, Hindu scriptures. For every attempt, what is the response from Hindu mind? Dirgha Ishman Bhava. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. In that survey, this violent mob also is included. So he prays for the well-being of entire creation, not only for human being, all living beings. Sarvastarat durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarvas sadbuddhi mapnotu, sarvas sarvatra nandatu. Let everybody be happy, my Lord. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhaved. I cannot see somebody suffering, my Lord, because it is you. Why I cannot see somebody suffering? There is nothing called somebody, it is you. Only difference is Vidya Maya or Avidya Maya. That's all. Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat, Avidya Maya become Vidya Maya. Sajjana Shanti Mapnuyat, Shanto Mucheta Bandebhyaha, Muktaschanyan Vimochaye. What a beautiful prayer. Durjana mind becomes Sajjana mind. The mind is having Rakshasic tendencies. Let it become Satvik. Let the Satvik mind become Shanti, peaceful. Let the peaceful mind gain this knowledge. Let the knowledgeable mind teach us this knowledge to others. What a prayer. So, we are all fortunate enough to have this freedom and understanding of the Sanatana Dharma. The more and more we understand this vision of the Vedanta, that idagam sarvam Ishvaraha, in our day-to-day life, there are plenty of benefits. Gaining that knowledge absolutely is a different thing, for which you require sadhana chaturshaya sampatti, for which you have to work whole life, maybe many births. That is the ultimate knowledge. Shastra says, even if you get a portion of that knowledge, little understand. Like a child having a knowledge about electricity. What it knows? These are all 3 holes. If I put my finger, I will get shocked. The same hole, if I put one plug, it will give me fan, AC, comfort. It will make my bread to be toasted. The child knows what is electricity, how much capacity, how it is produced, from where it is coming, how it manifests, how it is supplied, how much it costs. Nothing the child knows. But the child knows what? I should not put my finger in the 3 holes, and that is meant for only plug putting. If you put fan plug, I will get cool air. AC plug, I will get AC condition. Bread toast machines plug, like that. Shastra says, little if you know also about this vision. It's an ultimate vision. Paripashyanti dhiraha. Only a dhiraha, a knowledgeable only can see this totally. But little if you know also is beneficial for your day-to-day life. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. It saves you from lots of psychological problems. And what are all the relative benefits of this knowledge? What do you mean by relative benefit? There is two types of benefit. One is absolute benefit, another one is relative benefit. Absolute benefit is decided by somebody who is ready to pay the entire price. What is that entire price? Sarva sangha sanyasaha parityagaha sadhana chadushte sampatti. Closing all bank accounts from your mind that I am the owner of this account. Closing all relationships from your mind that I relate to someone, they relate to me. Absence of these ideas is the requirement for absolute benefit. Aham yesham mama ete iti bhranti pratyayaha. I belong to them, these belong to me. Absence of this idea is the requirement for absolute benefit. But people are not ready. Alright, Shastra says, alright, keep it with you, this idea. Katta mitta you want, na? 50-50 you want. You want this also and that also. Okay, no problem. I will give that also. That is called relative benefits. So many relative benefits are there. By a vague understanding of this fact, one by one we will see in the future classes. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
अथ पुरुषो वै नारायणो कामयत प्रजासृजेयेति नारायणात् प्राणो जायते मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिराप पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी नारायणात् ब्रह्मा जायते नारायणात् रुद्रो जायते नारायणात् इन्द्रो जायते नारायणात् प्रजापतयः प्रजायन्ते नारायणात् द्वादशादित्या रुद्रावतव सर्वाणि च छन्दागुंसि नारायणादेव समुत्पद्यन्ते नारायणे प्रवर्तन्ते नारायणे प्रलीयन्ते ॐ अथ नित्यो नारायणः ब्रह्मा नारायणः शिवश्च नारायणः शक्रश्च नारायणः द्यावा पृथिव्यौ च नारायणः कालश्च नारायणः दिशश्च नारायणः ऊर्ध्वश्च नारायणः अधश्च नारायणः अन्तर्बहिश्च नारायणः नारायण एवेदगुं सर्वं यद्भूतं यत्सभव्यम् निष्कलो निरञ्जनो निर्विकल्पो निराख्यातशुद्धो देव एको नारायणः न द्वितीयोऽस्ति कश्चित् य एवं वेद स विष्णुरेव भवति स विष्णुरेव भवति ओमित्यग्रे व्याहरेत् नम इति पश्चात् नारायणायेतु परिष्टात् मोमित्येकाक्षरम् नम इति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्चाक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदम् यो ह वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदमध्येति अनपब्रुवः सर्वमायुरेति विन्दते प्राजापत्यं रायस्पोषं गौपत्यं ततो मृतत्वमश्नुते ततो मृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं वेद प्रत्यगानन्दं ब्रह्मपुरुषं प्रणवस्वरूपम् अकार उकारमकार इति तानेकधा समभरत् तदेतद्भूमिति यमुक्त्वा मुच्यते योगी जन्म संसारबन्धनात्। ॐ नमो नारायणायेति मन्त्रोपासकः वैकुण्ठभुवनलोकं गमिष्यति तदिदं परं पुण्डरीकं विज्ञानघनं तस्मात् तदिदावन्मात्रम् ब्रह्मण्यो देवकी पुत्रो ब्रह्मण्यो मधुसूदनो सर्वभूतस्थमेकं नारायणं कारणरूपमकार परब्रह्मो एतदथर्वशिरो योधीते प्रातरभीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापं नाशयति सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति माद्यन्ति न मादित्या विमुखो धीयान पञ्चपादकोपपादकात् प्रमुच्यते सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यं लभते नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ।